welcome back to the channel. Summer series rolls on. United battered Bournemouth yesterday, 4-1 in Chicago. Højlund was better again. He looked hungry. Maybe it's the Šeško news. Ahmad scored, but it wasn't electric. But Dorgu was immense. And I was impressed with the kids when they came on. You know, Diallo looked sharp. Williams got himself a goal. I'm intrigued to see what Montano can do because I'm not a fan of Diallo, and you'll see a couple of things in the breakdown today. I just don't think he's a good defender or a good footballer. But that's not. He's obviously a good footballer. I just don't think he's good enough for Man United. And I'd like to see Montano get some chances if Ahmad's going to be that right wing back this year. So today, I want to break down all the key moments, top performers, and then look ahead to the Everton game on Sunday in Atlanta, the Summer Series finale. So let's get into it. So United came up flying at Soldier Field. Early doors, it was all United. Højlund scored a header. The combos were good. The first 7-8 minutes, United looked sharp. And you can see here, like, the moments where, and you see here, like, the moments here, this was a factor all around the game. You know, getting in and around the ball, triangles around it, advancing it, being in and around players. It was excellent to see all game. And Dorgu, this is 15 seconds into the game, his first thought, bang, can I go? I'm getting on my bike, I'm off. Gets to a point where he plays a little pass, cut replace with Ahmad. We can't go forward. Bruno's telling him there, just knock it back, we'll keep it. And they do that. They get numbers around the ball again. Okay, Lenny Euro sees the space, he's popping into that gap. We just brought Bournemouth in quite a lot yesterday to be able to play out. And I thought it was really nice to see. It was breathtaking, actually. Casemiro into Fernandes, and Fernandes plays out. That got us this free kick. We're, 1 minute and 30 seconds into the game. And, every single United fan can see that this ball is going to go back to Bruno Fernandes. He's going to whip it in back post towards Maguire, Casemiro. But no, Diogo Dallo picks up the ball. Okay, he picks up the ball. Now, does he cross it one time? Nope, not got a chance. Well, another time? Look at who's at the back post. You got Lenny Euro, you got Casemiro, you got Harry Maguire. 3 of the best headers on the team. Put the ball in the box. What are you waiting for? Do it again? No, just wait. And then when he finally crosses it, they've got all their line back, and he gets blocked. I just don't think he's a smart player. He's athletic enough to play in the Premier League for sure. I think he's got that down to a T. I don't rate him. I think we need an upgrade at right wing back. I think Ahmad's going to be that guy. But if he's out and he's injured, how much service are we going to get from Diallo down that side? I'm shocked if we'll get any. And there you see, sorry, I missed that bit. Bruno, here, just, what are you doing? Why are you taking it off me? Let me have it. This is the goal, the first goal. Mason Mount does a great job spinning his man. Ball goes into Dorgu, Dorgu stands him up. But I just want you to, like, Højlund here, he's touched tight with the centre-back. Yeah, and then by the time he heads the ball, just look at the distance he is between them. He sees that Dorgu's going to play that ball in there now. He's making that move. And now there's the distance. He's created good separation from his centre-back. Things you want to see from a centre-forward. That's a good header, good finish. And 1-0. 8 minutes in the game. And there's the second. Again, Mount back to goal as well, got fouled. But then just the vision to see that Dorgu's on his bike, bodies the guy, gets a bit fortuitous with a finish. you create your own luck. And then I think this is a big reason why United fans are not with Højlund right now. The lack of intensity and stuff last year, and kicking a post when people weren't passing to him, and then when he did get it, he's meh last year. But I thought he's had a good start to the first 2 games. I thought he's showing that willingness to want to fight and earn his place. The news again with Šeško is heating up, so it's got legs now. Is that a swap deal? Is that him coming in on his own? None of us know other than the board. But these moments here is 100% where Šeško will thrive. Back to goal, he's 6'5", he's strong, he's quick, he likes to play 2-touch with his back to goal. Rasmus Højlund maybe gets fouled, but he does a great job initially here. And then it's this part right now. Can you be strong enough to not get fouls on your feet? Knock it into Bruno. Now Bruno's got Dorgu or Mount. The 2 centre backs are pushed up. That's no wing backs there. You got all of the room to play into. If he makes that pass into there, Bruno's away. He's finding Dorgu or he's finding Mason Mount. But the referee doesn't give a free kick, we lose the ball. And then this is exactly what happened to us last year. One of our midfielders would step up out the gap, isolating the one midfielder on his own little island in that little half space. Now he's got to recover, and now they're going. There's too many times last year we saw this picture right here. It just wasn't good enough. And then Diallo, my favourite guy, I just don't think he gets close enough to defenders. This is not the first time. I was saying this a lot last year. I'm brand new to doing this on YouTube, and I'm a coach myself, and if that's my fullback, I'm going crazy at him because he's just not close enough. He's not affecting the play. He's letting players cross the ball. And in transition moments, when we're running back towards our goal, we don't see where the attackers are. We just don't. How many goals do you see last year where you conceded where the ball's coming in the back post and someone's like, oh, is that your man? Is that my man? They don't know. So there's definitely room for improvement on that aspect. But yeah, you'll see it again. There's the next clip right here. Again, look at the distance. The distances. He doesn't go anywhere near Utara. I think that was Utara. Utara closes the space and goes towards Diallo. So I think he needs to be closer. We've got coverage. Again, I'll show it here. He needs to be getting touch tight to him, or at least hedging, just stopping him going forward. But he doesn't. He backs off. We've got cover there now. You can afford to be a little bit more dangerous and keep him on the outside. But he gives him the space, and this is a dangerous ball. Another day, 2-1 going to half time. It's a completely different game. Anyway, really good pass got replaced from Lenny Euro, a right side centre back here. So what we're going to see a lot of this year is our left and right side centre backs pushing up into the spaces. I think it's a ploy of Amorim's. I think it helps with this situation. I tell my players, if you make a pass towards the sideline, you've got to break through that back line to create a space for someone underneath. And this is what happens here. The ball comes into Ahmad. So he plays it, he bursts through the back line. Now that pass on into Ahmad. Ahmad's so good at this moment where he just spins. Ball back into Casemiro. Højlund's reading this now. He knows the ball's coming in. Does a good job getting himself involved in it. But Ahmad's vision to see it. He's there. And he puts it in the back of the net. 3-0. That's game over. 70 minutes for the starting group. It was no new signings in that group. It was a team that 9 of the 11 played in the Europa League final, or started in the Europa League final, last year. So, it's we were in a bad state last year. Ruben Amorim coming in, it was better that he came in then than he did now. We hit rock bottom, and I can safely say we're not going to be 15th again. Top 8, 6, who knows? but we're not finishing where we finished last year. And you can clearly see that now. Bournemouth, West Ham, and Everton all finished above us last year. We beat West Ham comfortably. We battered Bournemouth yesterday. Everton on Sunday now. Like, it's going to be a better season. Fingers crossed. The fourth goal. Really happy with this one, Ethan Williams. But Diego Leon put 6'5" Philip Billing on his backside and then started to dribble. And then the funniest thing of the whole game, fall over assist, baby. But I was buzzing for Williams to score. He's I said it in one of my videos. He's been impressing throughout the tour and training, and he found out like last minute that he was going. He's another kid to watch. Does he have a big future in United? Who knows? That has a big future in football for sure. But yeah, very happy with that. Let's move on to Amorim United is taking shape now. I think it is. The press is better. The wide players stay aggressive, and there's just way more fluidity. And he's starting to unlock the front five with or without the signings. Diego Leon was the only signing yesterday that played. Everyone else is a youth kid or up in there. Okay, next up, Atlanta. It's United versus Everton, the final match of the summer series. United sit top of the table right now, 6 points. Everton rock bottom, 2 losses, 0 points, no rhythm. Will we finally get to see Bryan Mbeumo? He's missed the first 2. Oh, it's understandable coming in a little bit later in the pre-season. Didn't get those first 2 weeks at Carrington, and then flew out just with the squad just before we left. Could he get his debut in Atlanta? Is it going to be him, Højlund, and Cunha? I don't know. Let's see. I think my starting group would be. I don't even want to suggest. I think he's got to change it up a bit. He's got to give some more players some minutes than they've had. And yeah, we'll go from there. But the one thing I'm excited, man. Seeing some of the football we played on last night was excellent. And hopefully, one game a week when we get back can only go up from here. I hope. What to expect for Mbeumo starts? Expect some aggressive pressing from the front. Amorim will want one last statement game before heading back to Manchester. If United win or draw, they lift the Summer Series trophy. But forget about the silverware. It's about the momentum. Winning games is a habit, and we didn't do a lot of that last year. Yeah, so that's your story. United flying in the States. Kids are stepping up. The system's clicking, and there's still no Mbeumo, Xerxes, and Ryan's got to come back yet. Let me know in the comments who's impressed you the most this pre-season, and of course, drop a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you after the Everton game. Come on, United.